The planning modules provide a visual overview of your bookings and guests for each accommodation, activity, or service during a specific period of time. We will cover 4 main planning modules: the calendar, the day planner, the session planner, and the arrivals. Let's start with the calendar. The calendar view shows your accommodations, activities, and services, as well as the bookings for each product. You can search for any product in the search bar and choose to hide or show different product types. If your account has multi-locations enabled, you can switch between the different locations to see the products and bookings that belong to each. You can add new bookings to an accommodation by simply clicking on the start date next to the accommodation option and dragging over the booking dates. Once the booking is created, you can change the status to pending or confirmed. This will trigger or schedule active automated emails and rules. You can add a note or register a payment. To open the booking, click on the reference number. Alternatively, you can click on Create Booking. A model window will appear where you can choose the package or product to book, configure the booking, and fill in the guest and booker details. Sometimes you might want to block certain dates in your calendar. Think about situations in which maintenance needs to be done in a room, you need to hold space for a customer or a group that still needs to confirm, or when check-in is unavailable due to a planned team trip. To block rooms, click on the block button and select the days you want to block by clicking and dragging your mouse over the relevant time period and items. You can choose a color to represent the blocked days and add a comment for your staff. To unblock days, click on the Unblock button and select the relevant dates you wish to unblock. The Booking Slider tool allows you to quickly extend a guest's booking. Bookinglayer will automatically calculate the price difference for that extension. Easily drag and drop a guest's booking if you want to change the dates. You can also move several guests from the same booking together to another room. Simply drag and drop one guest and then select Edit One Other Booking Line. The booking will automatically update for the whole group. In the calendar settings, you can switch between occupancy and availability view. The availability view will show the number of free spots. The occupancy view will expose the number of bookings for each activity or service. In our Help Center, you can find more articles and videos about the calendar module, including how to create bookings, how to update guests, and more. That leads us to the second big planning module, the day planner. This module gives you a detailed overview of what is happening in your business on a specific day. You can head to the day planner through the navigation bar or by clicking on an activity or service booking in the calendar view. Your bookings here are grouped per product, so you can see a list of guests for each accommodation, activity, service, or package. Simply choose the date you need the planning details from. If needed, you can apply location, category, and booking status filters, and mark the products that you want to expose in the day planner. You can also edit the table columns to show the details from guests that you or your staff need. A handy feature here are the custom fields. Custom fields can be added in the general settings and will appear in the customer portal for your guest to fill in. You can then select them to be shown in the day planner within the table columns. Let's say you're preparing a list of participants in an activity for one of your instructors. In this case, it might be useful to know the height and measurements of a guest to prepare the equipment for the activity. From the 3-dotted menu, you can decide to export or print each guest table. Now that we have covered the day planner, let's move on to the session planner, which is a very helpful tool when it comes to managing surf lessons, yoga classes, and other activities or events on a certain day. You can easily access the session planner through the calendar menu or by clicking on a specific day. Here, you can see all unassigned guests per activity, including the payment status, level, and start time. You can select several guests, create a new session, and assign it to one of your instructors. Once guests are assigned to a session and instructor, it is now very easy to reschedule guests to another time or date. This session now appears in your session planner, and you can continue by creating another one. You can also add a new booking to an existing session and email the whole group or your instructor. In the more detailed view, you can see the booking numbers and payments due per guest. So that's the session planner. Finally, let's look into the arrivals module, which allows you to see a list of guests that are arriving within a certain time period. The default columns display information such as guest names, booking numbers, payment status, arrival date, location, and time. You can customize this list by showing relevant columns and hiding those you don't need to see. You can filter for a specific arrival location and choose to only show guests that have booked a transfer service. You can easily export or print this information and give it to your reception or transfer staff. That's it! You can now get a monthly overview of your bookings and guests through the calendar. Use the day planner to get a daily overview. Use the session planner to add guests to sessions and assign instructors. And get a detailed list of arriving guests in the arrivals module. You are now one step closer to getting your lifestyle back. Don't waste any more time. Get organized with Bookinglayer.